You ever look at your bank account and feel like you're looking at a ghost? You see the numbers, you see the balance, but you also see the price of eggs. You see the price of insurance, and you realize those numbers on your screen are just pixels. They're a promise made by people who hate you. A promise that's being devalued while you sleep. The people in charge will tell you that wealth is a digital entry on a ledger at a bank that could disappear tomorrow if you say the wrong thing on the internet. They want you disconnected from anything real. Why? Well, because it's easier to control you when your entire life is a permission slip from a trillion-dollar institution. But what if you opted out just a little bit? What if you took $100 a month, the price of a couple of mediocre steak dinners or a streaming service you don't even use, and you bought something physical? Something heavy, something that's been recognized as value since the beginning of recorded history. We're, of course, here are talking about silver. Just think about it. $100. It's not a fortune. It's a start. I've been doing it for years. Just go ahead and pull the trigger, and a few days later, a package can arrive. Or maybe you go to your local coin shop and it's across a counter. It's cold, it's bright, and it's yours. It's not a claim on a piece of paper. It's an ounce of reality in a world of lies. There's a deep, quiet joy in holding something the government can't print into worthlessness. It's the joy of knowing that no matter what happens in the C-suites of Manhattan or the halls of District of Columbia, that silver remains silver. It builds up, month by month, a stack of freedom in your own home. So you have to ask yourself, when was the last time you actually owned something that didn't require a login or password? How much of your hard-earned life is currently sitting in a system that you don't control? And more importantly, why haven't you started protecting yourself yet? It's just $100, but it's also the first step towards becoming a person who doesn't need to ask for permission. It might be the most honest thing you do all year, and as you know, we do it every single month here, and we bring those things to you. So, I have my 3 tubes here, one for me, one for my kids, and we went down to Longhorn Gold and Silver and saw Pete, who is just a fantastic supporter of this channel. Spot, when we went, was $85. And lucky for us, he had a couple of different items there for us to pick up. I took my children in with me. They like to be a part of the process, to see the money go across the counter and the silver to return back to me. And then they love to look at their tubes of silver, a couple of times a week and just go over the cool coins and things that they have here in these tubes. So we're going to start off with what Pete had to offer. He had rounds, silver rounds available for $90 an ounce. Spot again was $85, so that's a $5 premium. And in today's environment, the spread usually is pretty wild, given that at any day there could be a $10 swing. So more than reasonable in today's terms. And he also had bars. Somebody had come and sold him tons of Engelhard 1-ounce bars that he needed to offload. So he said, hey, come down and I will sell you Engelhard bars at $87. So that is $3 less than the silver rounds. That being said, I went in with my children and I said, hey, I can give you a silver coin for $90, or we can get an Engelhard bar for $80. My daughter immediately went to a coin that had a queen on it because she loves princesses and queens and whatever. My son went straight for the Engelhard bar. And when my son got $3 from me for getting the Engelhard bar, my daughter changed her mind and she said, oh no, he got $3. I want that Engelhard too. You see how these little moments can teach them about money, about value, because they're all 1 ounce, as you know. So with our $300, $87 a piece, we have 1, 2, and 3 Engelhards. But it is not over there, folks. So each of them went and got an Engelhard bar. Put them right there to add to their tubes. But Pete had a very interesting question. He said, "Hey, are you at 5,000 subscribers yet?" And I said, "Pete, I am right there. I'm so close." And he goes, "You know what? Maybe I need to help you get across the line." So Pete did as Pete does, and he helped us by feeding the crab. And we have 2 more items to put in our 5K giveaway. That's right. We've already got like 8 ounces of silver to give away. Now we have a bit more. The first of which, a beautiful older peso right here. 100 pesos right here. 1977. Isn't that great? This is 72% silver, I believe, right here. So that's one item. And the other item is really cool. Check this out. 100 grams of silver from the 9 Fine Mint. And we know that 31 grams, 31.1, equals a troy ounce. So this is 3 ounces, a little bit over 3 ounces of silver. So about the same as this bar right here. Isn't that awesome? So, that being said, we're adding basically about 3.5 to 4 ounces to the crab for our 5K giveaway from Pete over at Longhorn Gold and Silver, excuse me. So please, please, please go over to see Pete. Say hi to him. Tell him that you're a viewer of the channel. Go to his Google reviews. Blow him up. He does have a eBay page if you would like to check him out. And in fact, if you happen to win our 5K, you probably should go buy something from his eBay page because you'll have hundreds of dollars in silver. But that is what we have for you today. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed the story of my children learning about money by saving $3 and still getting an ounce of silver for their little tubes. But that is what we have for you today. And as always, please remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.